Hey everyone, welcome back to Reality Reads. Today I have a really fun video planned. We are chatting all about Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl. Let's dive in. Okay, we're going to start off first with what I am feeling and thinking about the album. We are several days out from the album release at this point. I did not go watch the movie. I've seen some clips on TikTok of different snippets of the movie and different things like that. I've listened to the album multiple times at this point, and honestly, I'm really enjoying the album. My first initial favorites off the album were Opalite, Fate of Ophelia, and Wood. Hot take, I know, on the Wood song, but I think that it's really boppy and fun to dance to. And I think it's silly and goofy that she wrote a song about that. If you know, you know. I'm really having a good time with the album. I know my favorite song off the album is Father Figure. But I went into this album like not expecting it to be what it's not. I went into the album expecting a fun pop album, and I think that's exactly what we got. My favorite album of hers is Tortured Poets Department. So I get that people are like, this is nothing like Tortured Poets. But she never once in any of the conversations or information that she shared about the album before it's released alluded to the fact that it would be similar. She actually said quite the opposite, which is why I went into the album not expecting it to be anything like Tortured Poets. Tortured Poets Department still is my all-time favorite album of hers, but I can still enjoy this one and appreciate it for what it is, which is just like a silly, goofy, fun, poppy, good time kind of album. Let's just take it track by track. Fate of Ophelia. I love the storytelling of that. I feel like this is kind of like quintessential Taylor, where she is kind of bringing in that English teacher element, where she is taking an old traditional like English class kind of story and turning it into something that's like relatable and about her life and different things like that. Like we've seen that time and time again from her. And so that's I think that it's a fun song and it's something that we would expect to come from her. So I do enjoy the song. Elizabeth Taylor. I don't dislike this song, but it is definitely not one of my favorites. I appreciate the artistry of the song. I don't know. For some reason, I just don't vibe with the song. Like, it's just not my favorite cup of tea. One of those songs that, like, if I have to listen to this album end to end, like, I can get through that song and be fine. It'll be, like, my time to relax. I'm not going to be dancing and singing along with that song, but if it's on the radio, cool. It's not going to make its way over onto my normal Taylor Swift playlist. Like, I just don't enjoy it that much. Then moving on to Opalite. Oh, Opalite is so good. It's such a fun song. Honestly, I feel like this should have been the lead single, but also I understand that like you would not be able to be as theatrical with this music video like she was with Fate of Ophelia, so I kind of get why it's not. But I love this song. It's so fun to dance to, so fun to sing to. It's just a really good time. Love it so much. Father Figure, which like I previously said, this is my favorite song on the whole album. I love that this song is like about her getting her master's back. I think this is also kind of like a quintessential Taylor storytelling song where it's like at the beginning of the song, it's like Scooter Braun or Scott Borchetta or whoever is the one talking to her. And then by the end of the song, we change perspective and it's her talking to them. And I don't know. I really love this song so much. Ruin the Friendship. It had to grow on me. I'll be honest. Ruin the Friendship and Honey both. Ruin the Friendship probably grew on me faster because of the like personal element to her. And so for that, like I have more appreciation for the song. But it took a few listens for me to come around to Ruin the Friendship and the song Honey. But now I just think that they're both like just fun little vibey songs. Well, Ruin the Friendship isn't really like a fun song, but like, you know, like the beat and melody of the song is fun, I guess I should say. I don't really care for Eldest Daughter. The bridge of that song is gorgeous. Like if I could just listen to just the bridge of that song, then I would not skip it. But I don't really care for that song. I don't really care for the song Canceled either. I just tend to skip over both of those songs. And honestly, the rest of the songs on the album They're just like fun to dance to. I don't really know that any of them will make it over to my like Taylor Swift playlist. I still think that some of them need to grow on me before I'm willing to make that commitment. However, they are fun. If they're on the radio or if I hear them out and about, like I will, dance and whatever to it. It's a good time. But yeah, so those are my overall kind of like thoughts and opinions of what I was thinking and feeling over these last couple days of listening to the album. Let's dive into some of the discourse online relating to this album. So, I'm not going to spend as much time on this section. There are some conversations that are valid and some that are completely invalid. I'm going to start with the invalid conversations first. Anyone that is saying that this is her worst album ever because they're comparing it to Tortured Poets Department, please just stop. Is this her greatest work ever? In my opinion, no, because it's not my favorite album, but it's not like the worst album ever written in the history of the world either. Like there are still songs that are enjoyable on it, like 100%. And she was, like I said previously, she was very clear that like this was going to be very different than like her last couple of albums that she's written. So I don't know why people are comparing it to the likes of like Midnights and Tortured Poets or even Folklore and Evermore, because she told us like not to expect that kind of music and that kind of writing and all of those kinds of things before the album was even released. So I don't know why we're even having this conversation, to be honest. If those are your only albums of hers that you like, then this album wasn't for you. You know what I mean? Like she has changed up her songwriting and music style and genres of music that she releases so many times throughout her career. So if you only like a certain era, then not every era is going to be for you. And you just have to be willing to like accept that. Moving on to the conversations surrounding songs like Wishlist and songs like Canceled. I think these are important conversations to have. And I also think that as the Swiftie community, we need to understand that Taylor is not above criticism. People are allowed to critique her work, speak about her work, and when there are important conversations happening about art and artistry or social issues, we need to listen, especially whenever it's coming from people that are directly involved in those kinds of conversations, right? Art has and always will be part of these kinds of conversations. Art is subjective, and everyone is going to interpret art in different ways based on their lived experiences, their life experiences, all of those different kinds of things. And if you don't want people to think and feel a certain way about your art, then you should leave no room for interpretation. And I don't know, maybe some people are going to think that's a hot take, but that's genuinely how I feel. Now, to round out today's video, I am going to give a couple of little fun predictions. I think there's going to be another single off this album, and I do think that it's going to be Father Figure, right? Yeah, I think it'll be Father Figure. I think that Taylor is really wanting to continue on with this whole like director of her music videos thing, and I think that she really likes doing that with the songs that tell a story. And I just think that she could make a phenomenal music video with the story of Father Figure. Genuinely, I do. I also am going to make a prediction that I don't think a lot of people are going to be happy about, but I don't think we're getting a tour off of this album. Like, I think that there will be additional music released at some point before she goes on tour again. I think she really is just chilling right now. Me also thinks that if we are ever going to get those other vault tracks from like Debut, from Reputation, whatever the case may be that's left over with those, that those will be released before she goes back on tour as well. Those are just my opinions. Just my opinions. Sorry. No more clowning from me for a long time for Taylor Swift. I don't think that we should have any expectations of receiving anything else anytime soon. Again, just my opinion. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the album down in the comments. Let me know what songs you were liking, what songs kind of grew on you as you've listened to it more. And I will be back on Sunday with our next round of Reality Roundup. Thank you for watching.